All right, good stuff. All right, had a great, a great scrimmage to teach off of. Got a long way to go. I made a lot of mistakes, did a lot of good things, but overall, I was pleased with the effort. I was pleased with the intensity. But again, we got a long way to go now. Get that right. We got to continue to practice tough. We got to continue to have that relentless pursuit to the ball mentality. I thought we started out strong. I thought we kind of tapered there in the middle, and and it was as we finished it out, I would like to have finished a little bit stronger, but overall, it was a great teaching opportunity. It was a long scrimmage, and it was designed to be a long scrimmage because I wanted to see how these guys were going to respond late in the in the practice, in the scrimmage. We made 3 quarterbacks live. I made John Stephen Jones, I made Connor Nolan, and Dalton. They were all live. And for the majority of the scrimmage, I wanted to see how those guys were going to move around with everything coming in hot around them. I thought they all 3 did a great job in those live settings, moving the football and sitting in that pocket and escaping it when they had to. Cole and Ty were not live, and Jack Lindsay were not live. So, but it was a great teaching opportunity. I thought that we got some guys out there that made some plays. We, from depth purposes, from the offensive line, we went ahead and moved Austin Capps to the O-line, from D-line to O-line. That'll be a permanent move as we continue to develop depth. Today, he'd been there the last couple of days, and they got quite a few reps in there today. And just my observation of it, and in the short period of time I was there, or I was watching him, he did some good things. And, I want to give him credit. Because when I approached him, his mindset was, Coach, I just want to win football games. And that's what we're looking for. And we win a lot of games with guys with great attitudes like that. So very pleased with him. I thought that Miles Mason had an interception today. Chevin Callaway had an interception today, a fantastic interception at that. Offensively turned the ball over too much and couldn't sustain a couple of drives because of turnovers. Defensively took the ball away. But again, in order to get tougher, we got to continue to practice that tough mindset. We got to put them in some short yardage, some adverse situations. It's got to be hot. It was hot out there on that turf, and that was the challenge I wanted to push those guys through. As I shared with them, 3 weeks from today, we'll be starting, and it'll be for keeps at that point. And we got to be ready. We got to have our mind conditioned, ready to go for whatever the weather brings us that day. But really, as we look through it, I thought our kicking game, we put those guys in some tough spots. I know Limpert had, he hit two 50-plus yarders underneath the live rush. And I know Stafford hit a 50-plus yarder underneath the live rush, which was good to see. We worked a lot of live punt, a lot of live field goal opportunities. So it'll be interesting to get in there and see that on video. But overall, I thought offensively, I thought we ran the ball well at times. I thought Devwall Whaley definitely showed that he's an experienced back. T.J. Hammonds did some really good things today as well. Chase Hayden was held out today from just a tightness of his hamstring, but he'll be back. Malik Williams did some good things. Rakeem Boyd was kind of his first introduction to it all as far as in some live setting, and did some really good things as well. I thought I was impressed in pass protection with some of those guys stepping up. That was the thing we've challenged them on. All our tight ends did some good things, catching some balls right there. But offensive line, I want to brag on those guys. Because I did think that they did some really good things today. And I thought when we had a couple of short yardage situations and we had to run the football, those guys found a way. I thought Coach Fry's doing a good job cross-training them. They're beginning to fill their niche among each other, obviously getting Austin Capps over there. This was a much-needed day for that offensive line. There's been a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, and those guys had some success early on today, and I was pleased to see that. I thought defensively, obviously, Scooter Harris continues to flash. Drake Greenlaw is another one. Hayden Henry's another one. Continues to show promising things. Santos Ramirez, and the guys that have stepped up and continue to lead. We've got to get off blocks better in the middle. I thought at times that we couldn't shed the blocks like we wanted to, especially as the day went. We got to continue to push them. We got to continue to push harder in practice on those things and put them in adverse situations right there. We held Randy Ramsey from tightness in his hamstring, but he'll be back Monday. So a lot of the young guys got in and got some reps. Again, I thought Bumper Pool did some good things today as well. But a lot of guys flying around, and it'll be interesting as we watch the video right here here in just a few minutes. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Coach, where's the quarterback battle after today based on what happened? Is there a leader or anything like that?
No leader outside of those guys we wanted to put in live situations to see how they would respond. I thought that I thought Ty Story did some really good things. I know he started the scrimmage out, and then Cole Kelly came in and he got the next rack of number ones. And they both led their team down the field and sustained some drives. A lot of situational stuff early in the scrimmage. Lots of situational. 49 seconds on the clock. How are we going to respond? So that was all by design. So I thought both of those guys did some good things. Again, I wanted to see the calmness. I wanted to see the same guy every day. But I was impressed with being able to see three guys live and to see how they would respond too. But all those guys will keep pushing each other.
I got several little short things here.
Okay.
How many plays roughly would you say?
Yeah, I bet we're in the 140 mark, somewhere in there. I'm just guessing right there, maybe a little more. Could be close to 200, but it was good. It was good. They were extremely excited, and I think they were looking at me there toward the end when I was going to blow the whistle, but I kept blowing it. It was going to the next period, so that was good. We've got to have that. This is what I've told them. It's a great teaching opportunity, but we have got to get tougher. We got to practice tougher. So.
And Austin Capps, is he more a guard, or were you looking at himself?
Yeah, no, guard. We'll put him at left guard. And, again, from what he got in quite a few reps today, but I know Coach Fry was right there behind him and kind of helping him out. But I thought he did some good things, provide some depth for us.
The guys who were dinged up, Dylan Hayes, can you talk about some of the guys who might have played, and did you have any new injuries?
Yeah, we had Dylan Hayes was back out today, so that was good to get him back out. Let's see, Chase Harrell was out. Hopefully get him back pretty soon. Deion Stewart was out, but he'll be back. Jordan Curtis was out, but he'll be back. Briston Guidry was limited, but he'll be in Monday, ready to go. Let's see here. And Alexi was out as well, and D. Walker were out. And we hope to get them back next week. As far as new injury, outside of anything major, nothing. I think we had one guy that cramped out there. But he'll be fine. He'll be back and ready to go. So
Taylor.
I'm sorry? Taylor.
Michael Taylor.
Yeah, it was Mike Taylor. He will be back.
Capps moving to guard, is this all the more permanent for Froholt at center?
It is. A lot of it is that way. Again, we of course we had Dylan back out there today. This was actually his first time back out there in a few days, so he was working some center, trying to get him back into it. But Froholt got all the number one center reps.
Yeah, did you have Capps working first team left guard or second team?
No, it was second team today.
Okay, so Adcock was still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kurt was doing a good job with that.
Is Gatlin? Is he still running second team left tackle?
He is, and he actually got some first team left tackle today as well. So we held, of course, Jalen Merrick. We hope to get him back soon. We held Brian Wallace today. He'll be back Monday. So it allowed us. We did some more moving parts around, but as I bragged on Noah Gatlin. Both he and Silas Robinson, two really good freshmen that I'm very pleased and very proud of. They're getting a lot of reps. They're getting a lot better. Noah Gatlin got several first-team reps today at left tackle. And, again, as you would expect a true freshman to make mistakes, we had mistakes all over the field today, which is good. And allows us to go in and correct some things and be ready to go for tonight. But I was pleased with Noah Gatlin. He's getting some good reps.
What do you specifically like about what Gatlin's doing about his camp?
He's tough. He's a tough kid. He's big. He's got to get stronger. And that's the thing. I think his upper body strength. He's just a freshman and just trying to figure this whole thing out. But Nothing intimidates him, and I've been very pleased with just his mindset.
I heard somebody say coming off the field, y'all did some good stuff in short yardage. Could you say maybe who scored some touchdowns and stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't so much scoring touchdowns. We put them in more of like 3rd and 3.5, 3rd and 2.5, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. I think we did 5 or 6 straight plays, and then we went to a 4th and 2 situation. So, I thought that I thought that we did some good things. I know Big Ken Kenneth was running the ball well. We put him in some short yardage situations. So again, those were, without just going back and looking at the film, I know defense won some, offense won some, but for the most part, it was at the end of the scrimmage, and it was a toughness right there, and it was short yardage, and who's going to stop who? Yes, sir.
Coach, just left tackle and who all that you looked at there and how they do, and how's that going to roll forward? I know that's a critical spot, blind side and all that. Just what are you looking for, and how long can you wait to make a decision on that position?
Yeah, we've obviously looked at Dalton, we've looked at Shane, and now Noah. All those guys are getting quality reps there. I think that there's really no timeline. It's kind of like the quarterback position. There's no timeline. It's just right, finding that right combination in there of guys that are going to allow who's your best 5. And whether that's Dalton or Shane, or if it's a freshman, Noah, I don't know. We obviously, would love for it to be an older guy, and I think it will be. But Noah's doing some good things and pushing some guys, so pleased with that. But so we'll keep working them. I mean, we got to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we got to keep putting these guys in adverse situations and keep getting better. The great thing about it is we got another week of practice, got another big scrimmage next Saturday. And then we'll start figuring this whole thing out.
With Clinton, is he a tackle now? Because you've had him.
He's been both. He's been, a lot of that offensive line is moving all around. And so there's really no set spot right now for Shane, or we're moving guys all around. There was one time, a couple days ago, I think we had 8 guys in the offensive line that were rolling, and so you're trying to piecemeal and cut and paste and find the right combination of guys. But that's okay, good. That's great. That's why they call it coaching. We got to be able to find that and coach them up and get them trained up and ready to go.
Coach, you got any walk-ons that might be placed on scholarship, or if you address that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know. I don't know that. We'll address that as it gets closer to the start of school. We've got some walk-ons that are playing well, as I've mentioned before. I've been very pleased with Grant Morgan. Ryder Lucas is another one that plays well and is really beneficial for us on special teams. I mean, we've got a lot of guys that are pushing out there, but we'll address that as it gets a little closer.
Shane, you mentioned Hammonds had done some good things. What did he do well today, and just what do you thought of his camp? What does he bring to the table for you?
Yeah, I think, his improvement, we challenged him as well as all the running backs in pass protection, and I think he's taken a lot of pride in that. I thought he ran the ball well at times. Just his understanding of the offense, his attitude, his mindset. I mean, it's just and you got to keep going. I mean, you got to keep pushing. There's competition, and that competition in that room is making everybody a little bit better too.